Dunwich, England, once the capital of medieval East Anglia. It was a prosperous seaport, bustling with thousands of people. Today, it's just a few dozen houses on a lonely coastal road. The rest of Dunwich, swept into the sea.
The most unbelievable thing standing here is the fact that out here would have been a large medieval city, perhaps the fourth largest in the country in the 14th century. And so you're talking about at least a square mile with at least 12 medieval monastic or church structures. And that is now just so in evident. Underneath this sort of fairly foreboding, turbulent, dark sea lies the remains of a great medieval city. A very stormy night. In fact, it was actually New Year's Eve, and you've got this big, strong wind blowing in from the north-northeast, and the waves are basically being driven onto this beach. And what's happening is that as the tide rises and the wind and the waves sort of encroach up the beach, they begin to cut away at the foot of the cliff. This cliff is made out of sands and gravels and has no sort of inherent strength. As a result, in one big storm, they lost a quarter of the city. Ruins of the last of the great churches, All Saints' Church, were still exposed on the beach. So I could climb on these ruins, and my father, who was a clergyman, a vicar, would tell me the story of Dunwich while sitting on these ruins on the beach.
Professor David Sear is a scientist at England's Southampton University. He's heard the story of Dunwich his entire life. Now he's searching for the last remains of this sunken city. He's used high-tech sonic imaging to produce a picture of the ocean floor.
Now we know the location of two of those churches for definite, and we've been able to image using the multi-beam and side-scan sonar the actual distribution of those ruins, and they're quite discrete.
But the technology can only tell Sear so much. To confirm his findings, he needs to go deep into the frigid, murky waters of the North Sea. An underwater metal detector will serve to locate any remnants buried beneath centuries of silt. Underwater high-definition cameras will record the dive.